Most puppies aren't actively taught to be alone. And it's normal that puppy owners want to build a strong bond with their puppies, but they can accidentally teach them to be too dependent on us. And that's where problems can start later on. Independence isn't something that puppies just figure out on their own. It is something that we have to teach. If your puppy can't stand being separated from you while you're around, like in a crate or in a puppy pen, they're going to struggle when you have to leave. When we bring a new puppy home, we want them to enjoy being next to us. And proximity is important for skills like recalls, leash walking, handling. But we also need to teach them that it's okay not to be with us. And if we don't teach that early on, it can become a big struggle for both you and your puppy. Separation anxiety is incredibly stressful, and it often starts with little patterns that we don't even notice. The common approach to deal with separation anxiety is to leave for a short amount of time and then gradually increase the amount of time that your puppy spends alone. But what I often see when working with separation cases is that the problem actually starts much earlier. And these dogs struggle being separated from their owner when their owner is at home. I'm Gisela Grieser. I'm a professional dog trainer and behavior consultant, and I'm making this puppy series to help new puppy owners like you raise your puppy the easy way right from the start. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I teach my puppies to be comfortable being separated from me. Not a great distance, we're starting close, but we start this early on so they can easily become comfortable with separation. There are a few key pieces to this, and it all starts with crate training. When I bring a new puppy home, they're going to sleep in their crate next to my bed, but as quickly as possible, I want to start moving that crate away a little bit further. Maybe just within the room, and then just outside the room, and then maybe in the hallway or in the next room, always within earshot, but they're going to learn to sleep without me being right next to them, hopefully in the first few weeks. The next step is using the crate throughout the day, or if you use a puppy pen or a baby gate, but just random times where your puppy needs a nap, you're going to put them in a crate. I'm always pairing crate time with some food. It could be a snack, it could be some scatter feeding or for meal times, but the majority of her food, Josie's been getting it inside her crate. So guess where she loves to hang out? If a puppy struggles with this, make sure to let them out before they finish their food, so we're not getting into that screaming and then you have to let them out. Just kind of let them out just before they finish and then add another session later. We're teaching puppies that being alone is not a big deal. The next step is teaching a puppy that good things happen when they're away from you. And this is something I just started working on with Josie. So watch the video where I'm teaching Josie the cue to go onto her bed. I use hop it up. And there are so many things that she's learning through this game. She's learning that it's okay to move away from me. It's okay to be rewarded away from me. She's also learning to stay on her bed when I move away. We had to work through that. And overall, we're just building a ton more value for being on a boundary. You might want to watch this video several times just so you can catch all the moments of learning that Josie experienced in this session. So over the last weeks, we've built lots of value for Josie to be on a boundary. What I'm going to teach her today is adding a verbal cue so I can actively send her to her bed. So we're going to start with her on the bed. She's already there. Awesome. Always reward more on the bed than off the bed. I'm going to release her off the bed. Josie. Good girl. I'm just going to praise her for the first one. Give her lots of treats. Now we're going to repeat that. Josie. Yes. Good choice. Josie. Up and up. So now I'm going to start to add the cue as she gets on the bed. Josie. Hop it up. So over time, she's going to learn to associate that cue, I'm going to use hop it up, with getting onto her bed. Josie. And add a little bit more distance. Josie. Good girl. Oh, my bad. Josie. Hop it up. Good. So as I add more distance, she's actually learning to move away from me to get on her bed, which is a great first step when we deal with separation struggles, or when we want to proactively teach our dogs that it's okay not to be right next to me. Josie. Go hop it up. Good job. Josie. Go hop it up. Good girl. I noticed that she was starting to follow me as I walked away, so I'm going to do a little bit of proofing for that. Just going to step away and reward because I did not call her. Good girl. Josie. Go hop it up. Atta girl. I'm going to start moving while she's still eating. I'm setting her up to do the right thing. Always want to make it super easy for puppies. Good. Well, we're actually adding another layer here. Just because I move. Good job. That was nice. She just settled, although I had stepped away. Josie. There's a lot of complex learning going on here, so we'll have to do several of these sessions. Go hop it up. Good job. Good. Good girl. And notice that she's lying down on her own accord. I'm not cueing that. I always want this to be my dog's choice, that they lie down on a bed. And I'm going to just put some extra value in that. Josie. Now we can get a little bit of stickiness that she doesn't release. So there's a lot of it. It's like a balancing act. Value on the bed, some value away. Good job. Josie. Good. Gonna do a little bit of activity with her. When I stop, go hop it up. Yes, good choice. There, I cannot assume that she understands that go hop it up cue yet, but I'm going to help her by facing the bed, and if she gets stuck here, and if she needs a little bit of help, I might just take one step towards the boundary. This is her very first session doing this, so don't expect perfection, but we're just working on something completely new. Josie. You notice how she got up right away before she saw the food, so that's another step in the right. Go hop it up. Another step in the right direction. Good. So gradually we're going to build where I can release her off the bed and I can cue her to get on the bed. Good job. In these last few minutes, she has made so many great choices, and this all comes from the foundation that we've built over the first weeks with her. So let's look at the practical applications of this. We are practicing separation while we are at home. Your puppy being in a crate or on a bed while you are around, sometimes within eyesight, sometimes out of sight. We want this to be just normal. And then we can practice leaving. Maybe just short moments. If your puppy's in a crate, you're actually leaving if you go to another room or in the yard or in the garage, and then you come back. It's not a big deal. Instead, we are making separation a good deal by pairing it with food every single time. Not every dog will develop separation struggles, but my way of training is all preparing my puppies for life. And if your dog is already struggling with this, it often involves deeper anxiety and requires a more personalized plan. This is something I help clients with. So let me ask you a few questions. This is something to consider. Can your puppy relax in your presence? Do they get up every time you go to the bathroom? And can they settle while life is happening around them? Whether your answers are yes or no to these questions, we can develop the skills that your puppy needs. So the goal isn't to force independence. It's to teach puppies that being on their own is totally okay and it's even enjoyable. And when you start this early, it becomes so much easier for both of you. If you're raising a puppy right now, this video is part of a full series where I walk you step by step through the first weeks on how I'm raising my own little puppy, Josie. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the next ones. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I built leash walking with a young dog, step by step, so it doesn't turn into pulling later on. I'll see you there.